Obsession. Right.
If I could bottle you, I'd shove you under my armpits every day.
So, ladies
and gentlemen, come on!
So, ladies
At least maybe one person in this room got that, and he's just looking at me like, are you kidding me?
He's also mauling us to go to break. So, on that note, we're going to take a break here, ladies and gentlemen. When we come back, we have that new segment I was just talking about. What a dick!
So like Bobo.
And then we're going to do another new segment, what we're playing, and then a third new segment, what we're reading. That's going to be next on a Slack Off the Show here on the Elite Ringside Network.
What is going on, guys? This is the Loose Cannon, Nate the Effing Great, here to tell you about a great company known as AJsBelts.com. Why are they so great, you ask? Well, let me tell you, they have every single championship belt that you can imagine, from classic championships to modernized championships. Hell, even they do MMA championships. They have great deals on championship belts, and I know what you're thinking. What if you can't afford them right now? No problem. They have a great layaway program, as well as if you go through PayPal Credit, you can get your championship belts right away. A&J's Belts, the proud sponsors of the Squared Circle Podcast.
So as we said at the beginning of the show, a Slack Off the Show is live on Spreaker, iTunes, Player.fm, PodDirectory.com, Stitcher.com, Google Play, TuneIn Radio, Satchel Player for your iPhone and Android, and CastBox.fm.
Let's not forget to say our thanks to the Elite Ringside Network and, of course, our wonderful producer, Spencer Hart.
Hello! Make sure, if you are a wrestling fan, to check out our boys over at the Squared Circle Podcast and Smart Money and the rest of the Elite Ringside Network programming.
Hey there, friends and listeners of the Squared Circle Podcast. Are you looking for some new threads, maybe some new hats, or any other form of apparel? Do yourself a favor and head over to ProWrestlingCrate.com. Are you familiar with Loot Crate, those wonderful little boxes where you can get all sorts of nerdy goodies? Think the same thing, but infinitely better, because wrestling. All kinds of shirts, little toys, you name it. All available at ProWrestlingCrate.com. Exclusive friends of the Squared Circle Podcast.
Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Spencer Hart from the Elite Ringside Network. Wanted to let you know about some amazing news. You can now listen to all of our great programming on the new Satchel Podcast Player for your Android and iPhones. Here's the deal. While you're listening to us on Satchel, you can send us a few dollars to make all of our amazing shows even better. So if you're listening to us right now on Satchel, go ahead and click on that donate button to send us some much appreciated donations. And if you're not listening to us on Satchel, I mean, come on, what are you doing? Download the podcast player right now at satchelplayer.com. Exclusive friends of the Elite Ringside Network.
Hey guys, we're back here on a Slack Off the Show on the Elite Ringside Network. Live on Spreaker.com, iTunes, Player.fm, PodDirectory.com, Stitcher.com, Google Play, TuneIn Radio, CastBox.fm, and the Satchel Player for your iPhone and Android. Okay, when you guys gave me the list, the list was wrong. That's why I said it that way. The list was wrong. This is all our producer's fault. That's fine. It's okay. We're going to go into our new segment.
What a dick!
As I'm drinking my water, really.
All right.
Anyway,
I'm drinking my booze, really?
Yeah, okay, here's the thing. Everybody around here either has, like, a bottle of soda, or someone's already been drinking, or has booze, or things like that. Me, I just here have a liter bottle of water.
But it's
got what plants crave.
Electrolytes, everybody! Electrolytes! We're moving into the idiocracy era. Frost is leading the way.
So
let's hope not. Let's hope not.
So I want to
be a president.
So I want to talk a little bit.
You know, I'd probably be more effective than the one we currently have.
All right, we're moving on politics now.
Yep. Let's not talk about that.
I want to talk a little bit. Yeah, we don't want to get a cease and desist straight from that guy.
Yeah.
I was more thinking we don't want to pull a
anybody
else. JonTron.
Yeah, that too. All right. So okay, we're gonna step right away from that now. Then.
Yep.
So one of my favorite segments of all times that I've ever heard on any radio program, any programming period, was Morons in the News, brought in by a wonderful radio show I've been listening to for years. Now, we came up with on the ride home because Frost was reading Florida Man tweet.
By the way, to just so people know, Florida Man is a Twitter that a guy basically takes the headlines from the stupidest news stories in Florida because Florida is fucking crazy.
It's full of old people, fucking rednecks,
And psychopaths.
psychopaths, and then there's your, college students who run in and out of there.
I mean, yes, but okay. But I learned about this Twitter from actually another podcast that's actually one of my favorite little productions ever called Cox and Crendor in the Morning. And
all I heard was Cox.
yeah.
Here, you drop this name.
You shut up! I'm just saying, the name is great.
Give him
but
a
anyway,
break.
Hey, at least
Hey,
I
We've
didn't...
been name dropping all night.
I mean,
Yeah, right,
true.
okay.
But anyway, no. But they read from the Twitter every once in a while, and it's just something that I started following, and I actually started reading some of the news articles, and I'm like, why? What happened? Why is this a state? Why is our president from this state? But anyway, we're not going to go into that.
No, we're not. So I'm going to lead off because I have the punniest one.
Of course you do.
Oregon man steals street sweeper, fails to make a clean getaway. So about 3:45 in the morning, a man stole a street sweeper and led police on a 10-mile chase with a high speed of 65 miles an hour in a street sweeper. And it finally ended after 10 miles with spike strips. To which we respond, what a dick!
I'm just trying to imagine this scenario in my head, and it's just like, really? How? Why? Just, of all the things to steal.
Hey, here's another one, though. I've got one that actually kind of correlates to that, because this is actually from Florida here, because, Florida's insane. How about this? Florida man with suspended license drives away on lawnmower instead. Florida man got creative with transportation after his license was suspended. He allegedly ran a stop sign on his lawnmower when he struck another vehicle. He left the scene on his mower, but returned on a bicycle, apparently. It was apparently where that he realized that he could not use a motorized lawnmower as a mode of transportation with a suspended driver's license.
To which we say,
what a dick! Although
I'm gonna
that's
love
more
that.
along the lines of just sheer and utter blatant stupidity.
And no one has to wonder why this man's license is suspended. Seriously.
So here's the one that I pulled that I didn't tell anybody about before the show here.
I haven't heard any of this, so this
Well,
is
you heard the
interesting.
first one.
Yeah, the first one.
Yeah, and you heard the and then the other one, the last one I have is the one that
that's
I mentioned before the show. So a judge has issued an arrest warrant for a South Carolina woman who allegedly assaulted her ex-boyfriend after yelling profanities and throwing sex toys around the victim's residence, according to a police report. Investigators have charged this 30-year-old woman who arrived, this is back on February 21st, actually, at the home of her former boyfriend. He was asking her to leave, and she started yelling profanities and throwing sex toys around the residence. A witness told the police that the agitated woman was yelling, oh my God, why did it go away? It was yelling stuff about dildos. Because fags and dildos.
Here's my question.
Cigarettes. Oh, I'm almost done. Sorry, Frost. I'm almost done. Apparently, she also struck the victim in the face and threw him around the residence. It's unclear whether anyone was hit by the sex toys that took flight on Tuesday evening of 2 weeks ago. Sorry, 2 weeks ago.
Tell him, Spencer.
Bobo, I'd like to point something out to you. You can't use the word "f*** on the show.
So bleep me
So
out.
I'm gonna bleep out the word "f*** every time you say "f***" because you can't use "f*** on the internet.
And all of the bleeping is going to take place. Just all of it.
This is
not
why
even gonna.
This is the producer speaking.
This is
Hang
why
on.
we pre-record.
This is the first time we've pre-recorded the show, and I'm very glad, because you can't use on the internet.
I'm talking about cigarettes. Cigarettes and dildos, damn it. Cigarettes and dildos.
Say
It's a legitimate British term. They use it all the time on Doctor Who.
in Britain. You can't.
This is a nerd podcast. We're going to be talking about Doctor Who all the time.
Bob, if I ran up to you and screamed the word
We have a casualty over here, people.
if I ran up and used the word to you, would you think I was using cigarette or
Okay.
Anyway, no.
So you didn't use it 31 times, but I can't use it 3. Anyway.
Okay, now here's my question about this here. How many sex toys were in this house? Because if she was throwing sex toys, multiple, like, what was she doing? What was she doing? Grabbing them back after throwing them? Did she have attached a string or some shit? And just like, wah! Like, what the?
Max, please tell me you're thinking of the story I'm thinking of. That involves
think
you
he's dead.
hitting somebody in the face with a certain object.
Please switch
All
back
right.
to 4. I'm begging you.
We
I
have
just
a
had
casualty.
to super kill that one over there.
I think so.
Okay.
We have Max Beatty here in the studio tonight, and he is currently lying dead on the floor. Okay, he's not quite dead because you can hear him laughing, but he's
I'm not
almost
quite
there.
dead. Okay, can you hang around a bit? He won't be long. All right.
So
Is no more.
Oh,
It has
almost kicked me in the
ceased.
nuts. That was very close.
It's
Well.
pining for the fjords. Anyway, let's actually go back to the story now,
Okay.
please.
Well, we're gonna finish this. We're gonna finish this story. There's only one phrase that's gonna describe that woman.
What a dick!
Well, okay, fine, dildo.
It's still technically a dick.
I mean, you're not wrong. But anyway,
I want to breathe sometime this month.
so here's another one for you. Again, another thing out of Florida, because the gloriousness of Florida.
It's all that
Wow, we're never
chlorine
gonna
in
have
the
a
water.
witness in Florida.
You know,
We're gonna never have a listener in Florida ever.
you know what? I don't deny that, but you never know. Anyway, so a Florida man was arrested for $7 billion in bank fraud. Do you want to know what he used as his excuse?
What?
God wanted to make him rich.
You know, I really wish religion worked that. Oh wait.
That's another one of the forbidden.
A Florida
We're
man
done
who
with
told
that.
authorities he made $7 billion in illegal transfers from a bank because Jesus created wealth for everyone, has pled guilty to a single charge. The count carries a maximum sentence of 5 years in prison and a $250,000 fine. What the hell?
Only 250,000.
He stole $7 billion. You give him that's a slap on the wrist. Literally.
Well, I'm sure they took the $7 billion back.
How do you know? It doesn't say that.
Valid.
They can't. There's literally there's no way to get it back, though. Well, there is plenty of ways to get it back, but still. Anyway,
Moving right along.
Moving
what do
right
we say
along.
about this man, gentlemen?
what a dick!
So I have one more.
As do I.
They're like a little back and forth here.
Botched.
Mom and Dad, I love you.
But before we continue, I would like to say something about Bob's previous statement that there's no listeners in Florida.
Okay, fine.
We have
Not
two
anymore.
listeners. Two
Not
listeners.
anymore.
2 listeners, they're all gone.
They're all gone.
All gone.
They're
Well,
gone.
but keep in mind that could have been the people who are in Florida in my family right now.
Oh, well.
Maybe. Who knows?
It's very possible, and they're there till Saturday. So whatever.
So who knows? We might have listeners in Florida until Saturday.
And this is how you know we pre-record our show.
You
We already
know,
said we're pre-recording. We already said that.
the first one was live and it was a test and it was awesome.
And
but
it was
then,
amazing. Yes,
yes,
we
but,
did really good on that one.
but we.
But
had,
now I'm so glad because apparently I can't say a certain word on the internet. Anyway.
Quite a few words you can't say
Learn
online.
something new.